I know that you will get angry for me to showing this method at the last video, but I believe that you should see the hard coding because using these methods, using the methods that you are using, SciPy, NumPy, Pill, OpenCV, in these methods you will use it and you should be familiar with these concepts. But the thing that I will show you, the Keras image data generator function, this is very easy. And in this function, actually in this class, you won't have problem in coding. You should just create the you should just create the uh, folders, only folders, and you should add images to these folders. But these methods are the methods that you will mostly probably using that you will mostly probably use in generative adversarial networks, and also if you are using data augmentation. I know that Keras has function, also image data generator function, as you can see, has some uh, augmentation parameters, and you can augment it with this with image data generator function. If you want to augment your data in a very hard way, you should use these methods. Where is it? You should use these. Sorry, you should use these methods. Maybe you won't use. It's up to you, but you should see these kind of hard coding. Maybe Keras will extend the uh, use of image data generator, so you won't use these hard codes. But however, you should see that for any condition. So we have Keras data generator function, and to apply it, get some code from I get some code online. So I don't want to make your head busy with Keras code. There is a Keras model here, and it is convolutional neural network model, and but it doesn't have uh, any data loading function, or let's say we don't have the data that we can use in this code. So the first thing to use image data generator class, we need to import it from keras.preprocessing.image. We need to import image data generator. So let's see the documentation. So in the documentation, if you are familiar to augmentation, you see some parameters here. So, well, I can say that this function can augment, and this is not the last time that you see image data generator class. In augmentation class, I will first talk about the augmentation, then this class. Maybe you don't have to augment your data in a hard way, or you don't need it actually, but you want to augment your data for getting a little bit good accuracy. But if you don't, if you have to augment your code in a hard way, you should be using external image data augmentation libraries. So we have image data generator class here. But now I won't be talking about the augmentation part, but I will be talking about how to load the data with this function. And also this class has some parameters to load the image with already augmented version. So let's create the code. So we should actually, and I believe that you don't need to memorize these functions, you should copy and paste. Let's copy here. So the only thing that we need to do for inside of the parameter, inside of the class, we should add rescale 224 to 224, since we use ResNet that has input shape of 224 to 224. This is the way that we rescale our all images in image data generator. And so what is these train data again and wall data again? These are the data generators, and these are the call of these classes with some parameters. But to use that, we will need some uh, foldering, and we will do some foldering. To do that, I'm opening my Finder and Udemy course, and in Udemy course I want to create a new class, new folder uh, that has name of Keras data augment, ya da let's say that Keras image data gen. So in this folder I should create two folder, which one of them should be train, one of them should be wall. So the names are not important, however uh, the names inside these folders are very important. Now I should add cat and also dog classes here. However, I should copy it and paste it into the wall folder because these names should be the same. And if you have cat here, you shouldn't have. Where is that? If you have cat in train folder, you shouldn't have cats or cat2. Also, you shouldn't have these empty characters here. These all should be in the same format, in the same name. So if it's a cat and dog, you should make it in the same name. This is because the ordering system of Keras. And in Keras image data generator, let's say that I will take the first, let's say I will be taking the first 100 image for my training data, and actually I will do it like that. So let's copy the first 100 image and go to the train images. Let's say that in cat training image I have 100 images here, but 70% of it should be well, how to arrange it. Let's say that we need to separate 30 images to the validation and 70 images for training. And to do that, we need to take first 70 images for training. So there are 30 images from the cat dataset. I'm taking it and I'm taking them again and put it to here. I know that it's weird way to copy files, and also now I'm now copying them to the validation dataset. And now I have 30 images in validation data. Let's delete them. So the aim is separating training data and validation data in folder. So we won't be dealing with code for separating them in training and validation data. We don't need code to separate them. So in cat folder we have 70. In trainings cat folder we have 70 images, and in the doc we should do the same. Let me stop the video and do the same thing to not steal your time. So now we have 30 images in doc folder, while in validations doc folder, and also we have 70 images in trains uh, in docs training folder. In trains doc folder. So I equally organize my data, and also I equally uh, separate them to not to face with imbalanced data problem. So in my foldering system is okay now. So I will be using image data generator function, image data generators flow from directory function. So let's see that. Let's take the all of it and let's edit it. Let's only edit it because we don't have to. And also, I am very sorry to do that mistake. Uh, I forgot that this is not the way of rescaling or resizing our image. Let's delete that. This is actually problematic code. So let's say that these are empty. We created these classes. So from train data generator, we will use flow from directory, and for the target size, we will be using 224 to 224, and also you shouldn't touch these train flow over batch size. Uh, these are prepaid for you. You should only determine your batch size from here. I mean, you should determine your batch size from there, and also I mean that you shouldn't uh, touch here steps per epoch here. It is a calculation that balances the data generator and fit generator, and if you read it you can see the details, and you should check it if you want. Also we should arrange the target size for both cases, and for XPath but we have class mode none here. It shouldn't be like that. We need to delete it, and then we are now okay. So if you want to shuffle your data, you can shuffle it, but we don't need it for our organized data. And let's delete these parameters, and also our path is, let's see the documentation. We need to write the directory. To do that, let's say that our directory is Keras image data generator slash we are now determining the train data gen from train, and this is the all you can do, because Keras understands that every folder under the train is a new class, and if Keras when Keras see cat folder, it says that this is one of the classes, and I can label it according to uh, name of the folder. And to do that, we should determine the class mode with categorical. So you are not dealing with labeling. Keras itself labels your data. So for the batch size, you determine the batch size at here. So let's delete these things. And for the validation part, this is also the same. And let's say that we should flow from directory for the validation data set. So our target size is that, and our directory is also Keras image data gen dot validations vol. So their name must be the same, because of they are separate functions, and the ordering is like Keras label these datas, the image datas, according to uh, alphabetical order of your foldering. And also this is okay now. When we train it uh, with this function, with fit generator function, now we are done. And let's see if there is an error. I forgot some punctuation here, and now we should also determine the epo. Epo should be, for example, let's say that it's 2. So I hope that we won't be faced with any problem when we run it. So now our labeling is okay, our data is okay, and also I need to check for the model that for the last activation function it should be 2, because we have 2 categories, and when we run it there won't be a problem, I hope. So this is the easy way to load your data, and so you are not dealing with labeling. You should only do some foldering, and this is our first application of training this problem. And in the very ugly convolutional neural network you have some accuracies, and this is the way of labeling your data and handling your data in Keras image data generator function. And this is just easy way to load your data, but you should see these kind of hard solutions. So the purpose to put Keras image data generator class video to the last video is to make you familiar with hard problems and its solutions.